Hello there everyone and welcome to Let's Play a game made by Interplay and also Silicon and Synapse, who are nowadays known as Blizzard Entertainment, but back until 1994 they were known as Silicon and Synapse. And yes, it's that Blizzard Entertainment that made World of Warcraft. We're playing The Lost Vikings, an absolutely amazing game, one of my favorite games of all time actually, and as such, one of my favorite games on the Super Nintendo as well. We are being presented with three options here: new game, options, and password. Let us check the options. We are playing with one player. You could choose a two-player mode, however, which is simultaneous co-op. Music on, sound on, stereo on. There would be a password screen here. That was an invalid password. I just wanted to demonstrate the screen, but we will choose new game. And there we go, we are being presented with an intro here, but we will skip that in order to save time. I might show off the intro when we're done with this Let's Play. But let us honestly just go ahead and explain everything as we're going. Guys, I have a bad feeling about this. So, what is the deal with this game? There are three Vikings here, and they were trapped in space by some weird alien creature, and they have to escape from this spaceship. So yes, we are on board of a spaceship. You can see it in the background. There's the windows, and there's basically the space moving. And this here is Eric the Swift, this guy with the long red beard, and his special ability is that he can jump, and that is what you need to do in order to jump over this barrier of electricity here. And as I touch that question mark block, there is a message coming up. You can get hints if you stand next to these buttons and press A. Yeah, thank you very much, hint box. And yeah, if you fail the jump, then you are dead. And this is Beliok the Fierce. He can use his weapons to attack enemies. He can use his sword for close range combat and his arrows for long range combat, like there's this enemy here. Boom, and when you stand close to him, he's firing his laser. Wait. Yeah, you can barely see it. There you go. Saw the laser here, and if it hits Beliok 3 times, then he just disintegrates, which is also nice. Then there's Olaf the Stout. The game describes him as the strongest Viking, and he has a shield with which he can block attacks. As you can see here, I'm blocking the laser shots of this gun. But yeah, he can of course still be hit from behind. He has one more ability, but we'll see that later. And then we are dead. And I was just demonstrating some of the death animations there on purpose. And then I show what happens when you die. You get this beautiful screen here. I always liked the background there with the burning Viking ship and the moon, and in general the colors of the sky and the sea, this dark blue tone, very nice. And then you can choose to try again, yes or no. If you choose no, you get a game over, and if you choose yes, then lightning strikes and the three Vikings come back to life or something. I don't know what the deal with this is, but yeah, that is how you restart a level. If you press start, you have an option to give up. I guess that's... yeah, this is in case you just get stuck, which is possible in a few occasions, that you are just stuck in a place and you can't even die, and in that case you just need to give up. So yes, you can jump to the right here and collect this apple, which we don't need at all. And Eric has one more ability. He can use his Viking helmet and ram things. Like here, we just rammed this wall. It's a very, very nice animation there, that he gets dizzy after he bumps into the wall. And we are at the exit here. All of us must reach the exit to escape. Press L or R to switch to my buddies. And yes, Eric's speech bubbles appear in red. And the hint boxes appear also in red. I mean, the text of the hint boxes. Okay, so now let us finish this with Beliok. Let us actually kill this slime ball here. One hit with the sword was enough, and that's cute. This little tombstone here, RIP. And I guess I will show this quickly off, that indeed the hitbox, even if you activate the hint box. I mean, the hint box's messages are indeed in a red speech bubble, even if you do talk, even if you do activate them with a different Viking. And yes, Olaf can just block this cannon shots here, and then we can finish the level. What are we doing here? I don't know. Will you guys just shut up and follow me? Yeah, Baliog's speech bubbles appear in green, and Olaf's speech bubbles appear in brown. Password GRAT, or great. Well, we are not great yet. I mean, this is only the second level. Again, we can jump and get that apple, and then there are some hint boxes. To select an item, press select and then move your flashing box over the item. Press select to exit. And it is true, you can press select, and then you can select items. To use a selected item, press X. We currently can't do that, there's no usable item. Let's just run to the right a little bit. There's this slime ball here. As you can see, he doesn't do anything until you get right in front of him, and then he will fire his laser via his eyeball in the middle. That's just what I wanted to demonstrate here. And you can actually kill enemies with Eric. The ramming attack, boom, there, you can kill enemies with that. There appears the RIP tombstone again. And now we can explore a little bit. Let us climb up this ladder here. Press A to push buttons, flip switches, and talk to other characters. Indeed, there's a button here in the middle. We press A and we activate it, and it shuts down those 2 bars of electricity. And we get another apple here, and then to the right there's a weird alien guy here. You look awfully happy. What are you? I am Aftik. Are you the janitor? What's a janitor, and how do I get out of here? You must destroy the ship's computer. This is not a ship. And what is a computer? Never mind, you must find bombs to blow it up. Yeah, Eric totally will know what bombs are. But yes, he was asking what a computer is, and in the German version, in order to put more emphasis on the fact that they don't know what a computer is, they spelled computer horribly wrong when Eric asks what a computer is. They spell computer KOMP-JUTER. Yeah, I guess that they found that extra funny in the German version. And speaking of the German version, let me quickly talk to this guy again. Hey Aftik, what were you saying about a computer? Notice that the speech bubble is now green because Baliog is asking. You must find bombs to blow it up. Yes, I do have this game on my Super Nintendo, but I'm not playing it on my Super Nintendo because I only have the German version. I'm playing a European version here on an SNES. Wait, what's it called? SNES 9GX emulator, yeah, on the Wii Homebrew Channel. And yeah, that's an English European version. Let me press this button here to deactivate the electricity bar, and then we grab 2 bombs at once. And yes, once the era of SNES games started to appear, yeah, that's weirdly stated. I mean, in the SNES era of video games, many games in Germany were translated to German. Well, not many, but quite a few. In normal NES times, that was quite rare in the 80s, but yeah, in the beginning of the 90s, some games were translated to German, which was lucky for us Germans. But yeah, for most games you still had to know English, which was troublesome for many people back then. And especially in normal NES times, there were barely any games that were available in non-English language back then. Stand on the elevator and move up or down. Yeah, we can't move up, but we can move down here. There are 2 bars of electricity blocking our way. And then we can go to the left. And then it says, Baliog the Fierce is a stud. He can use his arrows to toggle switches, as well as to defeat monsters. To shoot an arrow, press Y. Yeah, you can shoot an arrow, it goes through the electricity bar and then it hits the switch behind it. To trade an item, press select and then press B over the item. Now give the item to a nearby Viking. Press select to exit. Yeah, you can give items to other Vikings. You press select, then you press B. Yeah, and then you can give it to another Viking, provided that he is close enough to you. And yeah, you can hear the sound effect that it makes when you press B. Let me show it. Yeah, that little sound effect when you move the item around once you press B. And yeah, you can also, there's this little trash box in the upper right corner. You can throw items away. but this is usually not advised. You should never really throw your items away. So yes, and there's another bomb used on computer. Yeah, there's this guy behind the electricity bar. Let us use the bomb here in front of this computer. Nice sound effect that it makes when you blow it up. Crutonian security will be looking for you. You will only survive if you work as a team. Now the screen is red, and usually there should appear an alarm sound. For some reason there is no alarm sound appearing now. Maybe this is not present in this version of the game, but yeah, usually there's a very annoying alarm sound right now as the screen is red after you destroy a computer. I don't know why this sound effect is not playing right now. But we will definitely encounter this in the future, I think. And destroying the computer also got rid of those electricity barriers here, not only of the one in the lower left corner that led to the alien. Did I actually talk to the alien? Let me quickly test it. Let me run over there with Eric. Yeah, Eric the Swift also walks faster than the other characters do. Wanted to just explain and demonstrate that here. What do you have to say? Ah yes, yeah, we did talk to you. But yeah, so he runs faster than the other two Vikings. Olaf and Baliok do have the same speed though. Only Eric's speed is slightly faster. Then there are different types of switches. This one isn't just a red circle, but a lever, or a lever, I think it's pronounced, that you can push. It's currently in downward position. Press A, and then it's in upward position, and now this anti-gravitational field thingy becomes active, the up arrows there. Yeah, if you activate them, then you can hover up. And it makes this very nice sound effect as you enter that field. This guy was hitting Eric. Nothing much I could do about that, he wasn't active so I couldn't dodge. Now we go first with Olaf. In general, it is often advised to go with Olaf first. And yeah, he can block this cannon's shots. And let me demonstrate some things. We can eat an apple. Makes a little burping sound effect. Your character is burping and he received one more life point. He's back to... Eric is now back to full health, which is 3 points of life. And now we can demonstrate something. You can destroy those cannons with bombs. There you go, and that's the only way to destroy them as far as I know. And now we don't have to worry about this cannon from the left anymore. Now we can again go with Olaf first, so that he can block any danger with his shield. I accidentally demonstrated one more of his abilities. And we just destroy the wall here, and we encounter a steak as a secret item. The steak is better than any other food item because the steak refills 2 points of life, which basically means it always restores you to full life, because in the worst case you only have 1 point of life left, and then you get fully restored back to 3. And yeah, this is Olaf's other ability. He can hold his shield above his head and then gently slide down. And when he does that, he can never get falling damage, because let me quickly demonstrate something. If you fall off of a too great height, you will get falling damage. This is a little bit glitched. Now it made that nice sound effect when the character got dizzy after taking falling damage. But yes, now we can go with Baliok first and destroy this guy with a sword, and here let us just shoot an arrow safely from the distance, and then there's no problem, and then we are already at the exit. And now we will clear this level with Eric with full health. Not that it matters, your health. When you finish a level, your health gets always fully replenished and you lose the items that you had left over at the end of the stage. Now let us demonstrate Olaf's dizzy animation from falling damage. It's different. There are no stars above him, and he's not getting dizzy, and there's also no dizzy sound effect. So yeah, that's nice that Olaf has a different falling animation like that. Falling damage animation. Stick close to me, I will lead the way. You wouldn't even know which way to lead if you had a map. If you two don't stop fighting, I'm going to have to bring you both. Man, I suck at reading this. I'm trying to make Eric sound like the leader, like the normal guy basically. Baliok the Fierce is a little bit angry, and Olaf is a little bit stupid. We'll see that these characteristics later. Let us try and see if there are any secrets. Nope, apparently not. And speaking of secrets, I think I missed a secret in stage 2, behind the wall. The password here, by the way, was TLPT. We will see later what that stands for. I think there's a secret here somewhere. Okay, it's not here yet. Eric the Swift has a tough head. He can bash enemies and knock down certain barriers by pressing Y while running. They only say that now, but we've already used this technique in the previous stage in order to get a secret item. So yeah, it's useful if you already know this mechanic before reading it in this hint. And there we go, another secret behind the wall here. Let us choose another character while the wall slowly is getting destroyed. There we go, and it's an apple. There we go. And now let me look. Secret. Invisible wall here. Wait, what can we find here? And yeah, there's a bomb here behind this wall. There's an electricity barrier. We will need to shoot an arrow to hit the switch behind. And then let us keep going to the right, and then we encounter a new thing. To operate a teleporter, stand in it and press A. And yeah, that's what TLPT, this level's password, is standing for. It's short for teleport. Yeah, you always get a 4-letter password, and usually it's an abbreviation of a word that really exists. Although it's sometimes a bit different to figure out. No, I didn't want to read that hint box, I just wanted to operate the elevator. The teleporter, rather. To unlock a keyhole, the correct key must be used. Stand next to the keyhole, select the correct key from your inventory, and press X. And another hint, Olaf the Stout can use his shield as a hang glider. While falling, position the shield above his head by pressing B. Yeah, if you're Olaf, press B and he holds his shield above him. He can block attacks from above that way, and he can gently slide down. Yeah, down a cliff basically, which means that he won't get any falling damage, and which allows him to maneuver more tightly, which you need to do in certain occasions. You must be one of the aliens that the Croutonians have all been talking about. Who are these Croutonians? Why did they bring us here? Tomator, the evil Croutonian ruler, is collecting unique life forms to display in his gallery. Sounds like a great guy. Do not expect an invitation to dinner. I originally wanted to give the aliens a more alien-ish voice, but I can't make my voice that high, so yeah, there's no point in even trying to do that, so I will just read the aliens normally. Yes. Again, this old arrow behind to hit the switch behind the electricity bar trick. I'm always thinking if I forgot to explain something, but I think I got everything so far. There's an elevator here. Nothing behind this wall. Let us operate the elevator. Let us see, is there anything behind the wall here? I don't think so. Then there's one other hint box, not hitbox. Olaf can help Eric to jump higher by letting him stand on his shield. Yeah, Olaf's shield is a bit weird when it comes to physics and how solid it is. I mean, right now, his shield can block enemy attacks, and it can block enemies in general. But your characters can totally run through the shield, as you can see. But when he positions his shield above his head, then his shield suddenly becomes solid for characters. Now Eric can actually touch his shield, and in particular he can jump on it and stand on it. He can make actual contact with the shield. And there's this guy. He actually shoots from the distance, so this robot enemy guy is slightly tougher than the slime balls, because the slime balls only fire their laser when you stand directly next to them. But for these guys here, it is just enough for them to see you. Yeah, let us just drop a bomb there. Oh no, I selected the wrong item. Yeah, let's just drop a bomb there for shits and giggles and kill this guy. There you go, that's excessive, because one normal attack with sword or shield would have killed them. Although Baliok can't get up here, so Baliok can't kill this guy. And this distance here on the small platform is too short to get Eric's running attack to work. So you can't kill him like this either. So the bomb is the only way to kill this guy. Even although you don't actually need to kill this guy. Then you can go into this wall here, but I don't know what the point of this is. There doesn't seem to be an item here. I just rammed the wall, but that didn't do anything either. So yeah, don't know what the point of this is. Now let us use the yellow key on the yellow keyhole. Yeah, the yellow keyhole looks slightly different. I mean, not just in color, but also in shape of the actual keyhole. Of the key part that is imprinted in the keyhole. Yeah, Olaf can now block this guy, and then Baylor can come and kill him. But I can actually demonstrate something as Eric now, because we got this yellow item here, which in German they call the destroyer. And it reminds me of the sign for nuclear weapons. You know, I think it's like this no, it's not an exclamation mark, but you know, the sign for atomic weaponry. Yeah, that's on a yellow sign, and then there's the black stuff drawn onto them, and that kind of reminds me of it. This really looks like a weird sign like that, and there's 4 arrows pointing to the upper left, upper right, lower left, and lower right, and then there in the middle, I kind of always interpret that as this circle with the four bullets in it, as like the symbol with like atomic firepower. But anyway, I'm talking way too much. Let me just press X. And there you go. It makes this really cool sound effect. The screen flashes white, and then you just kill all enemies on screen. Okay, obviously you can't destroy that wall, because there would be no point in it. Because why would there be a secret right at the exit? I mean, you've already cleared the level at this point. And speaking of pointless secrets, there are often in this game points where the designing choice is a bit weird in one sense. Like, for example, in stage 1, Eric, right after clearing his first jump, got an apple. But why would you ever need an apple in stage 1? I mean, Eric can avoid any sorts of enemies in stage 1. The only danger in stage 1 for Eric is the electricity bar, but that one is instant kill. The apple won't help there at all. So yeah, that's some minor weird design choices. The apple in stage 1, for example, is absolutely pointless. But we will see that more often in the future as well. And time is already going pretty fast. We've played 23 minutes so far, so I will stop here. If I bash one more wall right now, my head will explode. I got dibs on his helmet. Okay, but I get his boots. It's great to have such great friends. Yeah, the text at the end of each stage is trying to be funny, and it will get funny at some points later, and it's always worth reading. But yeah, we got a new password here, GRND, which stands for grind, and we will try that stage in the next part, guys. So see you then.